And we are here for the next round in the Vengeance tournament. We have Chris Jericho with the WWE Championship versus Kenny Omega with the IWGP US Championship. And we know the winner of this is going to go on to face Ric Flair in the finals. The style is this. You wrestle 2 matches in one night. If you could beat both opponents, you'll become what we want to call the best in the world at what they do. Ric Flair claims to be the best. You got to beat the best, and he has not been beaten yet. But tonight, we're going to find out Chris Jericho or Kenny Omega who's going to go on, because immediately following this match, the winner will have to go up against Ric Flair. Again, Ric Flair does hold that WCW title and the WWE Championship. The spinner title, he's a dual champion, and the winner will walk away with all 4 championships and be crowned the best wrestler in the entire world. And here he comes. We know him as Chris Jericho. He calls himself the best in the world at what he does. Remember, Chris Jericho was an undisputed champion, and how he would love to get back as the undisputed best in the world, carrying that WWF Championship. He's a multi-time world champion, and what I will say is a top tier for best wrestler of all time. But we will definitely have to see here tonight, because the claims are all there. Chris Jericho can say all that he wants, but if he can't get it done here against Kenny Omega, who right now some say is the absolute best wrestler of all time right now, there is nobody better that draws more. There's no bigger international star than Kenny Omega. But we'll have to see if Chris Jericho can dispute those claims and take down Kenny Omega and go on to face Ric Flair. That's what it's all about tonight. We will have one champion as it all ends now. Chris Jericho is right there, waiting on the arrival of Kenny Omega. Oh, and here he comes. There he is, the IWGP United States Champion, Kenny Omega. He is the first and only IWGP United States Champion. Tonight we will find out if he can take down Chris Jericho. Again, Kenny Omega claims to be the best in the world. He says, I'm the greatest wrestler right now. So we'll have to see if he will actually be the greatest in the world right now. It's very interesting, though, just to see that title coming on down. Since July 2nd of 2017, he is the reigning and defending IWGP US Championship. That title looks amazing around his waist, but will it look even better around the waist of Chris Jericho? Only time will tell, as this match is about to take place here tonight. Both titles are on the line. The winner will have all 4 titles by the end of the night. It will be the IWGP US Championship, the WWE Championship, the WWF Championship, and the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. They will all be on the line later tonight, and we're going to capture those titles, surrendering them over. That's kind of like you're buying into this match. You're putting it all on the line to prove that you are the best in the world. If you want to prove it, it's right there. Here it is, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega here at Vengeance. Both men locking up, but Kenny Omega goes off. Oh, and there it is. Kenny Omega has Jericho down. He's looking for an early win. That might be it. Going for the pin. No, but he pulls his head up, knowing that it is not time to end the match. Kenny Omega going outside again, telling Jericho to get up. He might have caught Jericho off surprise. This is not good for Chris Jericho. Oh, drop kick to the face, and Jericho might have been caught off guard. I am not sure that this is a good spot for Chris Jericho. It's not looking good for him right now, as Kenny Omega has the upper hand here. Oh, this is not good for Chris Jericho. He is not in a good way. Getting caught off guard by Kenny Omega. Up and reversal though by Jericho. And there it is with a suplex. Chris Jericho, you do not want to count him out yet in a match like this. We know Chris Jericho claims to be the best in the world at what he does. Kenny Omega says, I am the best right now. There's nobody better. But we're going to find out here at Vengeance. Chris Jericho picking up Kenny Omega. Throwing him into the ropes. Oh, taking him down. Oh, but Omega, reversal. Looking for it. No, reversed by Jericho. Both men so evenly matched. Picking him up for a suplex. Stalling suplex. No, but Omega able to get out of it. What a great match this is. Working the leg. Oh, taking the leg down of Chris Jericho. If he can't do that code breaker, might be the end. Oh, reverse Rana. Setting Jericho on top of his head. Not good for Chris Jericho. Not good at all. Kenny Omega. Oh, but Jericho fighting out of it. He's looking to fight back. He does, and an elbow to the face of Kenny Omega does Jericho. Oh, put him in a tree of woe, letting all the blood flow down to the head of Chris Jericho, trying to make him tired. Not a good spot for the man known as Chris Jericho. Rolling him over. Pinning him. No, but not even a 1 count. And Jericho is very resilient. Remember, the original Vengeance, he was the sole survivor in that one. Oh, he's going up top, but Kenny Omega misses with the dropkick, but hits this time. Jericho's up there. What's Omega doing? Uh-oh. This is not good. This is not good for Chris Jericho at all. Oh, a big-time superplex off the top rope. And Kenny Omega likes what he had just done there. Oh, kick to the gut. Choking him out. And Omega going up to the second rope. Calling Jericho to get up as well. Oh, Jericho catches him though. And throws him face first into the turnbuckle. Whew. That was a close one, but Omega able to get out of it. Jericho fighting back. Both men so evenly matched here. Not did I think this would go this way. Never. Code breaker. Code breaker out of nowhere. He just hit a code breaker. Can you believe that code breaker out of nowhere? No, 2 count only, and Jericho cannot believe what had just happened, thinking the match should have been over there. A code breaker hit on Kenny Omega out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I was not expecting that one to go that way. And Kenny Omega getting wrenched at. Twisting of the neck is Chris Jericho. Oh, and he misses with that plancha. And going for a pin again, but Jericho is going to have to be resilient if he wants to stay in this. And I like the style of Kenny Omega, doing those frequent pins and trying to just wear out Chris Jericho. Because you don't always have to hit a finisher to win a match like this. Uh-oh. This is one going to the outside. And I don't know who this favors. I know that Kenny Omega has fought outside before. We've seen it before. But Jericho bringing it back in the ring. Trying to keep this one in. I don't know who this favors right now. But I think we're looking at... Uh-oh. And a reverse again by Kenny Omega. Oh, and just slamming him down on the back of his head. Kenny Omega. Dropkick to the face. What does Jericho need to do if he wants to get back into the contest like this? Uh-oh, picking him up. Oh, and there it might be. It might be it. That might be it. 1, 2... No! 2.5999999. That's as close as it can get. Oh, no. And Kenny Omega looking, thinking, what do I have to do now to put away Chris Jericho and go on to fight Ric Flair? Oh, and there it is. Reverse DDT. Chris Jericho going up to to the second rope. Oh, and there it is. A big boy senton by Chris Jericho. A medium man senton. And here is a pin. What a kick out and a statement that is by Kenny Omega. Kicking out with authority. Letting him know that I'm not done yet. Kicking out at 1. But you hear the crowd. This U.S. crowd. Oh, he's got him. Walls of Jericho. Walls of Jericho. Here it is. There it is. Cinching in the walls of Jericho. Kenny Omega is fighting back. He's crawling towards those ropes. But he's able to break out of it. Oh, and he's rolling him up for a pin. That might be it. Can he get the pin off of that? 1, 2. Oh, 2 count only. What a way to get out of the walls of Jericho. Well scouted. That's the thing about Kenny Omega. He can scout Chris Jericho's career. Oh, he misses. Reversal by Jericho. Uh-oh, Jericho double underhook. And a backbreaker. One of the famous moves by Chris Jericho. Looking for a pin off of that. 2 count only. He is going to have to do a little bit more if he wants to defeat Kenny Omega. This match seems to be almost all Chris Jericho at this point. Picking him up, maybe looking for a code breaker. Running code breaker, he hits him in the center of the ring, running code breaker. It could be it, that could be all she wrote. No! Again, Kenny Omega kicks out and Chris Jericho cannot believe it. Where is Jericho going? Oh, going for that plancha again, he hit it. This match is awesome. This is what I expected. Oh, and here's Kenny Omega playing possum maybe. Picking up Jericho. Oh no, he's going to work on the leg. There it is. Take down Chris Jericho again. We saw it earlier in the match and now he's going straight for it. Keeping things interesting is Kenny Omega. Oh, running power bomb into the corner. That might be... No, but the ropes. Jericho so smart to get right near those ropes. Here it is. It's Kenny Omega. Oh, he was looking for the end, but he didn't get it. Chris Jericho was able to scout it. And Jericho has him in the corner. But Omega tosses him to the outside. Oh, but Jericho's fighting back. He's going to dive in. Oh, he hits it with a missile dropkick. Does Chris Jericho. And he might be having him in the right spot for a code breaker. Another code breaker. Can he do it? Code breaker, and it busts open. Kenny Omega. Oh no. Kenny Omega is bloody and battered. That is not good. Jericho showing the crowd the blood of Kenny Omega. Just wrenching at him, showing it. Oh, but Omega fighting back. This is such an amazing match. Never did I expect it to go this way. Reverse run out of nowhere. Dropping Jericho on his head. Going for a roll-up. He might just have him off of that. No, 2 count only. Kenny Omega desperately wanting to win this contest. Uh-oh, Kenny Omega going up top. The blood has to be affecting him now. Oh, and he hits him. He hits him off the top rope. Kenny Omega does. Oh, he's cinching it in himself. A chin lock there, keeping it really tight. But the blood again, you got to believe that's going to affect Kenny Omega the longer this match goes on. Jericho Irish whip into the corner. Oh, no. Omega fights back. Reverse DDT. He's calling him, telling him to wake up. But Jericho is not up yet. He's got him. Oh, and he's going for the pin. The pin out of it. 1, 2. 2 count only. What are these two going to have to do to put one or the other away? Jericho with the Northern Lights of himself, but rope break. Too close to the ropes is Chris Jericho. He's going to look like he might go for a pin again. No. Oh, Lion salt. Lion salt. And he's able to hit him off of the lion salt and picking him up. And another code breaker. That's the third code breaker, I believe. But Jericho is winded at this point in this match. Oh, and look at the blood. The blood, the crimson mask of Kenny Omega. Oh, he kicks out again. How does he keep doing this? Kenny Omega truly proving he is one of the best in the world right now. Jericho with a senton. What is Kenny Omega going to have to do? Jericho is just mocking him, showing off here. I don't think you should play light when it comes to Kenny Omega. He is not done yet. You haven't put him away. Picking him up for a powerbomb. Running powerbomb into the buckle. Flipping him over. Jericho. What possibly is he going to have to do to put away Kenny Omega? Looking for a backbreaker right there, and the blood is just covering the face of Kenny Omega. He's pulling back. The ref checking on Kenny Omega, saying, is this match going to continue? There's a lot of blood being lost by Kenny Omega, but Omega fighting back. There's that fighting spirit we love of Kenny Omega, but Jericho able to reverse again. A Scorpion death drop by Chris Jericho. Oh, he's got him. Walls, 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 but Omega's right there by the ropes. He's got to get to the ropes. Can he get to the ropes? No, he's not able to get to the ropes. Jericho makes Kenny Omega submit. On this night, Chris Jericho was the better athlete. Can you believe it? Kenny Omega did everything he could, but it was that code breaker that busted him open, that made him worse for wear. Could not believe it. Kenny Omega tried everything. He definitely had 110% effort there, but he just was not able to keep Chris Jericho down. Chris Jericho kicking out of everything that Omega had thrown at him. And now we have our main event set. It's coming up right away. Chris Jericho is the WWF and the IWGP champion, and he's going to go up against Ric Flair. The IWGP United States Championship and the WWF Championship right there in the grasp of Chris Jericho. We'll be back.